Yeah. Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talking the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we spliffed him, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this hard, her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck it, Bob, if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is out. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is out. Headshot, knock him out. Ah, get him, bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. Hi, I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. Know the heater gon' make him out. Promise the heater gon' make him out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand I throw.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me say hello really quickly to my Stephen Crisco. Hello, how are you? So need this, but thankfully we're almost done with March. Almost. Love you too, mama. My BB loves honey tea. How are you? Brenda A. Hoot 3. May the angels surround you with warmth, their warm embrace, and healing light. I will keep both of you in my prayers. Thank you so much, my BB. Celia Wald, my New York sister. How are you, sweetheart? My Chris S. How are you, beautiful? Drazo. How you doing, shorty? Rabbit of Chaos. Hi, mama. How are you? Trisha. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Teresa. Hey, my girl. How are you? My beautiful Virgie. Hi, my Virgie. How are you? Sunshine State of Mind, my gorgeous girl. How are you? So, hi everybody, happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great morning, evening, afternoon, right? Wherever you are in the world. Let's not assume everybody's from the United States. So, hi everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I want to start off by saying, Brenda A. and Hoop 3, you have my deepest and most sincere condolences. They both very, very recently lost a child. Um, so I want to say that I pinned it. So I just wanted to give them my deepest condolences for that. So that's why I thought I would just do a bereavement stream. Um, I try to do them at least once a year. I want to do them more often. Grief is never ending. There's no time limit for grief. So I just wanted to be here for anybody that may be going through it. I had someone, comment that they will be here when there is a grief stream. And then hearing what happened to Brenda A. and Hoot 3, I just thought it was fitting to do a grief and bereavement. One of these kind of streams are difficult for people, and because it's not drama, I don't expect too many people to be here, but that is fine. Okay. So, hi Selena, my beautiful girl. How are you? I hope Coins is well. Mia's mommy. Hey, Showity. Can't stay but wanted to say hello and show some love. Show some love. Sorry. Show some love. Thank you. Have a wonderful show. Thank you so much, sweetheart. My JJ, my manita, and okay, so sorry. Just making sure I caught everybody. I think I did. So again, hi everybody. Listen before we get into that. I'm pissed off. I got a new brush. I was talking about it, I think in Sophie's chat, where I needed like a blow dryer, but that had a brush because I had a round brush. For me, using a round brush when I blow dry my hair just makes it easier. It gives me more volume. I couldn't find my round brush, right? Just like I couldn't find my glasses for 4 months. My round brush went into the same abyss. I'll find it sooner or later. So I blow drying my hair. It was a nightmare. So I asked my daughter-in-law if she had a round brush, and she told me, "Oh, I have a blow dryer that is a brush." I was like, "Okay." I used it, fell in love with it. I used it the other day. I was like, "Oh my God, it's so good." My youngest son heard me talking about it. He said, "Oh, your hair looks nice, mom." And then he felt it. He was like, "Oh, it feels good." He went out to Walmart that day, got me the same brush. I love it. So yeah, my hair's looking kind of flat now, but it is what it is. It looked pretty. It looked pretty, but it's kind of warm today. So whatever. I'm using that as an excuse because my hair was all cute. I was like, yeah, it looks all cute. Come on the live, it's like wah 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 wah. So anyway, okay, it's a Revlon. It's the Revlon brush. Let me show you guys real quick. I know this is a bereavement stream, but let me just get the housekeeping out of the way because this brush, I love it. Someone before has said they didn't like this brush, but I love it. So this is the brush. It's a blow dryer, and it's huge. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I use it. It in less than 10 minutes. My whole hair is dry. It's so shiny. My ends looks. Bye, sweetie. You going to work, Papa? Yeah. All right. Love you. Have a good day. Sorry guys. So yeah, I love this brush. So it's Revlon. My son found it at Walmart for like $50. Where in the CVS over here was like $70. So I like it. I enjoy it. I have curly hair. I'm Hispanic. I have curly hair, and this my hair was done in like 10 minutes, and it was so shiny, so nice. So I would recommend it. And Walmart has it for like $50. So yeah. Hey, Bliss Chris, how you doing? Show pie. Sorry. Okay. Hey, listening at work. You always working, Mama. Um, yes, Stephen, I love it. I love it so. My Welsh Rose. Hi, sweetie. I have missed you so much. No, you don't owe us anything, Welsh. I'm just so happy to see you. Sincerely, I am. I said it in the members only that I miss you so much. So I'm just happy to see you, Welsh. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you haven't been in a lot of pain. I hope your beautiful babies are doing well. Hope your whole family's doing well. So I'm just genuinely glad to see you. So okay. So I just wanted to talk about grief and bereavement, right? Grief is a little different. Bereavement usually means like loss of life, right? When somebody has lost someone due to a death. Grief is more general. Grief can just be grief of a loss of a relationship. Um, Grief can affect you in so many ways. It doesn't only have to be with loss of life. Bereavement is just a term that's used when someone is going through the grief process due to losing someone that has passed away. So there is a difference. There are a lot of people that grieve, like I said, the loss of relationships. It doesn't only have to be that someone has passed away. Chest infections all around this house. Oh my goodness, those are the worst. I hope that you guys are on medication, because that's the worst, especially when you have chest infections. It affects your breathing. You can't breathe right. You're coughing. That's horrible, Welsh. So you guys are in my prayers. Um, yeah. So as I said, I was in well, I didn't say, but I was in Just Jules, and she was covering a topic, and Brenda A came in and had just found out that day that her son had passed away. And I don't like to put people's business out there, but she shared it. And I think it's important. Um, I think it's important to remember that life is short. Hi, BB. How are you? BB from VA. Life is short, and just Jules and her whole chat really was there for Brenda A and Hoot 3, and um, Hoot 3 just buried her daughter, and these are both, their children were both in their 30s, very young, right? 30s is very young. And there's no rhyme or reason, right? And when somebody passes, people say, oh, they're in a better place. And sometimes that's not what people want to hear. That's why I don't say any of those things. I just say I'm sincerely sorry, which I am, and that they have my deepest condolences. Because when my mom first passed, the last thing I wanted to hear was, oh, everything happens for a reason. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. I wasn't ready to hear that. I didn't want to hear that there was a reason why my mother was no longer here, why her grandchildren were without their grandmother, why I was never going to be able to hear my mother's voice again, why I was never going to be able to say things I wish I had said. It was unexpected. Um, and even when it is expected, there still isn't enough time. You always, well, for me, I'll keep it on me. There was so many things I wish I had said, um, that I'll never get to say. I have spoken to her, um, aloud. I've written things to her and burned it, but it's the not knowing, right? Not knowing if she will ever know. It's very hard for me to deal with. Hey, Duchess. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. My condolences to everyone that needs it. Thank you, my beautiful Duchess. Thank you so much. Um, and so it's been really hard, The worst, sorry, let me put my glasses on. The worst that's the worst possible thing someone could say, like why that's wild. And sometimes people don't know what to say. Um, they don't mean to be disrespectful. They don't know what to say, right? Because a lot of times someone suffers a loss, you don't know what to say. You're trying to comfort them, and sometimes I saw a lot of people in just dual chat saying, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. And that is the best thing you could say. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say, but I'm sorry for your loss. That's all you have to say. I'm sorry for your loss. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out thing. Um, Hi, Henry's mom, because sometimes we don't know what to say. We really don't, and we can empathize. I've never, uh, I've had miscarriages, right? But I've never lost a child, a grown child. Um, so I can't imagine. I can't, and it's weird because you can imagine when you're a mom, and you can imagine just being a human being, right? Suffering loss, but then you can't imagine the loss of a child. You can't until you've been there. Um, so sometimes it's just better not to say anything like that, because people, again, grieving affects us differently. We can't tell somebody how to grieve. We can't tell somebody how long they're supposed to grieve, what grieving is supposed to look like. Um, so people can take things in different ways. You also don't want to hear they're in a better girl. Thank you. Thank you. You also don't want to hear they're in a better place, especially when you want them here. And also because you don't know what someone else's beliefs are, right? I don't disrespect anyone's religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, but my beliefs are not everyone else's. And because I believe in a God doesn't mean everyone else's. Because I believe in a heaven doesn't mean everyone else does. So if I come and I say they're in a better place, they're in heaven, I don't know what their beliefs are. And you may be completely disrespecting their core beliefs. So we have to be very careful with things like that. And I'm not trying to sound judgmental or harsh to anybody. This is just maybe to help someone else. If someone comes to you, and or you hear that somebody's suffering a loss, just these things you don't have. There are these silences that need to remain silences. You don't have to fill every silence with words all the time. There are certain times where comfortable silences are a thing. Um, when Duchess was on Drazo's panel, she was talking about that, and I even commented, yeah, I love when I'm able to be with people and we can just enjoy a comfortable silence. Now there are uncomfortable silences, right? Like we've all experienced those, but there are many instances where I could just be chilling with somebody or with friends, and we can just enjoy each other's company and be quiet, driving, and just enjoy that we're in each other's proximity and enjoy a comfortable silence. Not everything has to be filled with words. If you don't know what to say, then just don't say anything. Just let the person know you're there. You're there to listen. Listening is important. people never know what to say because there's nothing anyone can say that would make it any better, in my opinion. And I agree. I definitely agree. You know, I said hi to my Henry's mom, right? I think I did, but just in case, hey, sweetie. Well, you could end up offending someone else because their beliefs are different from yours. Exactly, exactly. I agree. I just lost a cousin a few weeks ago. His personality was so much like my dad. It feels like I lost my father again. They were so funny. Everyone liked them. And I am sincerely sorry, Chris S., for your loss. And I can understand that, right? He, your father had passed, and I'm sorry for the loss of your dad as well. And then you had this family member that reminded you of your dad all the time. And now that that person is gone, it feels like a double loss all over. It brings back all the emotions because you're grieving the loss of your cousin, which is bad enough. But then it just brings back all the memories of the loss of your dad. So it's like twofold. It's like twofold. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that. And this is the thing, we don't know what people are going through, right? Like, as somebody that comes on YouTube, I never know what people, my subscribers, are going through. And a lot of times we tend to focus on the drama or things that are going on in our own lives, especially as a YouTuber, because I'm not a content creator. I don't make edited videos. I even said this in a members only. I don't put work into my channel, and I'm not trying to come across disrespectful, like I don't care about you guys. But if I'm honest, I don't do edited videos. That takes a lot of work, research, time, dedication. I am a streamer. I come here and I stream. You know, even if I do a video, I just record it. I don't edit any of it. I upload it as it is. So I would never sit here and say, "Oh, guys, I do so much work on my channel." This is a blessing. I get to come here and stream and talk to you guys, and it's therapeutic for me. This isn't my job. This isn't my job, okay? Because if this was how I handled my job, then I would have been fired months ago. You know what I mean? Like, on some real stuff. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate having this platform. I appreciate that this is gravy. You know, my memberships, all of that is gravy. It's a blessing, it's a privilege. But this isn't my job, because once it becomes my job, the whole way of doing this would have to change for me. My professionalism would have to change, everything. You know what I mean? I would have to work on researching and doing edited videos and all of this other stuff. So it's a privilege, but you never know what someone is going through when you come here and you share your life, right? What you're going through and all of this stuff. Um, and it should always be about making a connection with whoever's viewing your videos or your live streams or whatever, so that being relatable is important. When you lose that relatability, you lose your core audience, you know, in my opinion, anyway. I do think it depends on the loved ones and the life of the person who passed. I agree. I agree. Back to renovation. You're doing renovations on a Sunday. Lord of mercy. No sleep for the weary, huh? For me, it's been 8 years since losing dad and 5 years since losing mom. It still hurts, especially around birthdays, holidays, etc. Of course. And I'm sorry for your loss, losing both of your parents. I lost my mom, and that was hard enough. Thankfully, I still have my dad. I have my stepmom, who many know, if you've been here long enough, my stepmom raised me. She is my mom. But I say stepmom so people don't get confused, right? Because then people will be like, "Oh, Sophie said her mom passed, and now she's talking about her mom, and she went to lunch with her mom. She's a liar." I had two moms. I still have one, my biological mom, and my mom who chose to love me because she married my father and she chose to be my mom out of love. So I've been blessed, you know, and I'm very grateful that I still have her and still have my dad. Um, I try not to think of the day when I will no longer have them. I try, and I know it's a reality, you know, but I try not to think of it. You know what I mean? Um, it's just too hard. It's just too hard. So I think someone is suffering in pain. I think when, sorry, someone is suffering in pain, they are in a better place, kind of makes sense. However, sometimes it's completely, and I get that, right? Like someone, Like my mom was suffering a lot. My mom had a lot of illnesses. She was in chronic pain all the time. And so when she passed away, she would no longer be in pain. So in a lot of ways, it's she's in a better place because she's no longer in that constant state of pain. But I'm talking about like immediately after somebody, like after I lost my mom, I the first thing I didn't want to, I wasn't ready to hear she's in a better place, even though I know that that's a sweet thing to say to try to ease my worries. And especially the way my mom passed. My mom fell. My mom passed alone. She passed alone on the floor um, because her roommates didn't want to call the police. So they left her there for half an hour. They could have saved my mom's life had they called in. She was reaching for her oxygen and fell. My mom had COPD. My mom had diabetes. My mom had heart surgery. She had a triple bypass. My mom had many toes amputated. She had a lot going on. So that wasn't the first thing I wanted to hear, but later on, it did put my mind at ease to know that she was no longer suffering, and a lot of times the people that pass are no longer suffering. The people that are left behind are the ones suffering, right? Because you have to deal with the loss of missing them, of unfinished business like I have. You know what I mean? So, and it's a very difficult thing to know what to say, seriously. And that's why I don't take it personally. When I lost my mom and people didn't know what to say and they were trying to comfort me and maybe said something that I didn't feel I was ready to hear, I didn't lash out at them or anything because I understood they were trying to comfort me. And because of all my feelings, I wasn't going to take it out on them when they were just trying to be there for me. Hey, allegedly. Thank you, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you, mama. Hope you're not working today, allegedly. Lord of mercy, you work a lot too. Sheesh. It's a bummer how any passing brings back the pain of all the losses for me. It does. It does. And that's the thing. Like when I was listening to Brenda A and Hoot 3, and I know for Jules too, Jules lost her mom, you know? And so I know from my own experience that when someone else suffers a loss, it brings it back to you. It brings it full circle, you know. And it's hard. You're never gonna get over that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get over that. There's no way I would ever, for as long as I'm living, I'll never get over the loss of my mom, of my sister, of my grandparents. But if I'm honest, my sister and my mom were the hardest. My sister, when she passed away, that hit me like a ton of bricks. My sister was my best friend. She was my best friend. Um, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. So hi Shade, how are you, sweetie? Happy Sunday. So it's very difficult. I respect Jules for showing empathy and compassion for the ones who have lost and focusing on grief. Yes, because she was covering something else like drama. And when she heard that, she shifted. She shifted her whole live stream. And I think that that was an amazing thing to see. Because sometimes when you're here, you don't know what to say, right? You don't know what to, and you're like, okay, do I continue with my regular scheduled programming to distract their minds from this? And then that can seem kind of callous and uncaring. Or do I give them focus and let them know that they're not alone? And I think her decision was the right one. It was the right one. It made everyone feel like a community, and people were able to be there for one another. So she definitely made the right decision. There's always time to talk about what's going on in the communities. Moments like that are far and few in between. You know what I mean? And I was listening from the bushes. It was hard. Like she played a song that I listened to after my mom passed, and when she played that song, I had to like leave the chat. But I was listening. I just couldn't comment anymore because I was really emotional. And so I just listened silently, so, but it was an amazing live stream. It was an amazing live stream. I like that you created this community where we can all get together. Thank you. You guys created this community. I didn't create this. I'm just blessed. It's a privilege. Like, seriously, I didn't do anything special, right? I just come here and talk. You guys are the community. You guys are the ones that come and view me, and that's not stuffing flowers up your butt. That's genuinely how I feel. Without you guys, I wouldn't have a community. You guys make the community. You know what I mean? So thank you guys, seriously. And I think we're a great community. I think we're a great community, just like with your family, right? You have times where you're going to disagree and have obstacles and all of that stuff. Same thing happens in your communities. You know what I mean? I like how she was willing to just stop everything and support her subscribers. Doesn't get near enough credit for her good, tender heart. I agree. I agree because we tend to focus on the negative, right? It's more salacious. Let's talk about when she messes up or when she's reactionary. Let's not give her kudos for how she dropped everything and focused on her subscribers and their heartbreak in that moment. And that Brenda A said she was alone. She was alone, and everybody in the chat was like, are you okay? Do you have family? Can I come? People were even volunteering to go to her, to send her food. They were like, eating is important. Can I send you food? How can I help you? And I saw all of that, and that was amazing. That was amazing. But we don't bring that up enough because we want to focus on the negative, because again, it's more salacious. You get more attention, more people want to hear about the drama, about the negative. And I'm not wanting to be far removed from that because I like to watch the drama, especially when I'm not involved in it. You know what I mean? But we need to also balance it with the things that are important, in my opinion. So, hi, Wanda. How are you, my girl? My father-in-law lost his wife almost 20 years before he passed. He also laid two of his sons to rest. He lived a great life, did everything he wanted, and his eldest child is in her 70s. He never wanted, sorry, he never wanted to meet anyone else. He had one love of his life and was waiting to be reunited with her. And that's a beautiful thing, and that's to be respected too. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sunshine State of Mind. And some people are like, hi, Just Jules. How are you, my queen bee? Um, oh, Wanda, it's your mom's birthday in heaven. She would have been 81 today. Happy birthday to your mom in heaven, Wanda. Happy birthday to her. And I hope that you're okay. I hope today isn't too difficult for you. Um, and we're sending you love and prayers and well wishes and virtual hugs and all of that, Wanda, today, especially today. Hey, Sweaty, how are you? Thank you for being here. Yes, happy birthday to her mom in heaven. My sister's life was stolen in 97 when she was only 19 by her boyfriend. Oh my God. We found out in her autopsy she was pregnant. She didn't even know. A better place was definitely not what I wanted to hear. Sunshine State of Mind, that is devastating. That is devastating, right? Because if someone passes in a car accident, that's sudden in itself. But for somebody to take someone from you and took two lives, your sister and your niece or your nephew. I am genuine. And at 19, she was a baby. She was a baby. I am genuinely so sorry. That's horrendous. That's horrendous. Just Jules, I just made a statement about you to BB. If you want to scroll up, I mean, stop scrolling. That I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I understand this, Cindy, because my brother was my best friend and we lived together. Yes, Teresa suffered a loss too. Her brother, best friends, helped her raise her son. They lived together. They were roommates. She was devastated, and she still grieves every day for her brother. And I'm just so grateful that I met her at a time where We were able to be there for each other when we were grieving. I think that's the most important thing. When you have people to support you, support is so important when you're grieving. Again, nobody should dictate what somebody's grief should look like, especially online, right? I know when my mom passed, um, it was literally a few months, like maybe 2 months before I got involved in YouTube. And had I been in a community on YouTube, I would have come and shared it. And it probably would have been used against me like almost everything else was. Again, I'm not a victim, but so I'm kind of glad it happened the way it did because I've seen Just Jules um, dragged for the way she mourned or the way people thought she didn't mourn enough. It's disgusting. It's disgusting for people to try to dictate how somebody should mourn, what it should look like every step of the way. You have no idea the strength that it takes to get up every day when you're grieving like that and still come and still talk to people and not just lock yourself away. It's very easy to lock yourself away when you're grieving, especially when you're initially grieving. It takes a lot of courage to be around people and to allow people to be there for you. And it's a very dangerous thing when you're grieving to shut yourself off. It becomes very easy to become so depressed and isolate yourself to where your thoughts take you to a very dangerous place. So if somebody's grieving and they have the courage to come into a community and share it, don't shame them for doing that. That is what they should do. They should seek support. That's what you need when you're grieving, when you're mourning. I couldn't go back to drama after those feelings. I know Just Rules, and that was amazing. That was amazing that you really, and that's the thing, you could see that you actually care about your subscribers, and it was not an easy position to be in, right? Because you're like, okay, should I just go back and maybe help them, distract them? But then your heart didn't let you do that. And you made the right decision. In my opinion, you made the right decision. I watched the replay and I was crying. I was too. I was too. I was crying. That's why I had to just listen from the bushes. I had to listen from the bushes. My mom's in line to dance with Elvis. That's right. That's right. That's right. I know my mom is up there dancing salsa, driving everybody crazy. You know, I know that's what my mother's doing, listening to her Spanish music up there, dancing and singing away. I cried so hard during that stream. I can't say I have ever felt so much love out of this community. I'm used to being hated. And that's a sad thing, Sweaty. That's a sad thing. And I'm sorry that you've been through so much and people, contacted your children. Again, these are boundaries that should never be crossed. And it's so easy for people to do it because so many people have crossed so many boundaries that now it doesn't even bother us, right? When somebody does it, it's like we're just so desensitized to things that we should be outraged by. People's kids being involved, people's kids being contacted, people's families' pictures being desecrated. I will always be outraged by that. Always, no matter who it's done to. And we've become so desensitized to it that we're like, and we're getting used to it. Not only are we getting used to it, we're supporting this. We're supporting this kind of behavior. And that'll never be okay. So, in my opinion, that doesn't mean I have to go and do a live stream every time somebody crosses a personal boundary of mine, because that's what people think. Because I say it's not okay, and I mean that across the board, that every time somebody does something that I'm supposed to automatically see it, right? Because I'm supposed to be all knowing, all seeing, impossible. And I'm supposed to call out every single person who crosses a personal boundary of mine. There's not enough time in the day, and that's not my job. I make my feelings known. I make things that I think are crossing boundaries known here. I don't do it. But I'm also not going to stop every single person and call them out for doing it. So, yeah, I was impressed. It was pretty amazing, Welsh. It was pretty amazing. And The women felt so supported. And again, Brenda A was by herself. And she didn't have to be by herself in that moment. She had just found out about the loss of her son. And she didn't have to be alone in that moment. And that was a blessing. That was a blessing. Because we don't know what could have happened. Had she been alone in that moment and not had that chat to come in and share that with and have people to surround her, even though it was virtually, to surround her with love, you know what I mean? We don't know what could have happened to her in that moment. So I'm just really, really grateful that people were there. And as a result, I don't feel animosity towards Jules anymore. And I hope she feels the same. It was healing for me anyway. And I think that's a beautiful thing, Sweaty. And I don't think Jules feels any animosity. I can't speak for her, but I see the way she interacts with you. And Jules is kind of like JJ and like Bliss, Chris. You'll know. You'll know how they feel about you. Just Jules, you'll know how she feels about you immediately. She sees you in a chat. She's not going to pretend or even conceal it. You're going to know you're not welcome straight off the bat. And they see the way she interacts with you. And I think that she's let all of that go. That's just my opinion anyway. I'm not speaking for her, but that's just my observation anyway. Yes, Brenda A and Hoot 3, I am genuinely so sorry for their loss. And I just thought we'd just come today and just share and just sit here for a minute and let people know it's okay not to be okay. It's okay for whatever feelings you feel, or if you're numb, if you're in shock and you can't feel anything in that moment, that is okay. You're not abnormal if you don't react in the textbook way that people assume you should react, right? If you don't break down, or if you break down, none of those feelings, none of those actions are abnormal. Yes, yes, I'm so sorry too. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for being a member for 7 months, sending prayers for everyone hurting. Thank you so much, Kathy. And again, thank you for being a member for 7 months. I'm good. She's with me. Yeah, my mom's always with me. I'm telling you. I listen to certain songs and I think of her, my Spanish music. Because I listen, guys, if you were to see my playlist on my phone, you'd be like, what the hell? I got country music, R&B, Spanish, bachata, salsa, merengue, every rap, drill music, pop music, of everything. All, and I don't make playlists because I like all my songs right there, all kinds, all the different genres of music. I like it in one. I don't make different playlists. I want to hear it all. And it's weird because I'll be listening to R&B, then the next song is country music, and I'm just able to just flow with it. And so when I hear certain songs, I think of my mom. So and she's with me all the time. At least we got more than one form of justice. After serving almost 20 years, he was released and died of a massive heart attack less than a month later. I feel like God took care of it. Yeah, karma and God, right? That's why you don't even have to handle it. God handles it. Trust me. And that's why I've made amends with people for things that I've done in my past. And I'll continue to try to make amends for the rest of my life because I know people here can judge me, but they're not the final judge for me. Again, that's just my belief. I'm going to be judged at the end of my time. And I want God to know, okay, she tried to make up for all that stuff she did. I'm trying not to curse, right? For all the stuff she did, she tried to make up for it for the best way she could. So it's so hard. And it's been 3 years on March 11th, and March 3rd is his birthday. Yeah, and I'm so sorry. It's been 3 years too. My mom's birthday was in April 26th, and my mom died April 13th. She died 13 days before her birthday. And she said, I'm not going to make it to 65. She was going to be 65. And she kept saying that. I'm not going to make it to 65. And we kept saying, Mom, stop saying that. Stop saying that. And that's why I don't put things out into the universe. Because I feel like when you put things out like that, just like the movie Final Destination, um, or this other movie, Polaroid, or there's this movie where, no, what was it called? Countdown. Okay. Those movies, this movie Countdown, there was an app, right? Because now everything's through your phone. There was an app you can download and it tells you your moment of death. Like, oh, you have 60 years left. Oh, you have 3 days left, and down to the second. And there were people who, like, there was this girl, she was told she had 3 days to live. And she was supposed to go to see her mom at the cemetery with her dad and her sister. And because she realized, oh, at this specific time, I guess that's when I'm supposed to die because I'm supposed to go to the cemetery, I'm not going to go. As soon as she called her dad and canceled their plans, the app said breach of contract. You're not supposed to do anything to change your fate. And I say that to say, when you put things like that out, I feel like the more you try to prevent things, the more you actually push that out into the universe. That's just, again, my belief. So my mom saying, I'm not going to make it to 65, she put that out into the universe. You know what I mean? And things like that, I would never do it. So I'm like, I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm not going to live to this or that. Because I believe when you put that energy out into the universe, you kind of manifest that energy. Again, that's just my belief, guys. Don't go get superstitious and, you know what I mean, start panicking. But that's just what I believe. So I'm very careful what kind of energy, what kind of things I put out into the universe, especially to my sons. Because my mom used to tell us that, and it messed with our heads. You know, I never tell my sons, oh, I'm going to die, and stress them out and have that on their heads. Like when my youngest son used to be deathly afraid of death. When he was 5 years old, he used to have panic attacks. Like, Mom, you're going to die. I'm like, dude, what the hell? You're 5. Why are you worrying about me dying? And he was so consumed, he would have nightmares. And I had to teach him, you can't control that. And listen, don't worry about that, because if you worry about that, we're not going to enjoy the moments. And it took him a long time to learn. And I had to teach my son to meditate, to stop those things. There's certain things you can't control. I can't control when it's my time to go. But if I focus on that every day, all day, I'm not living life to the fullest, because I'm not, because I'm going to be scared in my little bubble. Like, oh, I'm not going to get in a car because I might get, in a car accident. I'm not going to do certain things because, oh, I might die there. It's not a good way to live. So, sorry, guys. That stream made me realize I need to stick with therapy, as I thought I had out finding my dad was deceased. I had to climb through a window. I had to climb through a window was trauma. It was traumatic. Also, how I injured myself. Oh no, and have put not. Oh wait. Sorry. Therapy had to realize I had put finding my dad deceased. Oh, okay. You hadn't dealt with the fact that you found your dad deceased. I had to climb through a window. It was traumatic. And I'm so sorry. And you injured yourself. I'm so sorry, Sweaty. I am genuinely so sorry. That is horrible. The loss of your dad, but then being the one to find him is a whole new level of trauma. I'm so sorry. Hi, my beautiful Audi. How are you, sweetheart? Others read comments like that, say sorry, and keep it moving for the money. Yeah, I agree. It made me so proud to be part of such a caring bunch of people. It made me proud too. It made me proud to witness it. And like I said, even though it was a lot for me emotionally, I listened. I was in the chat and then I stopped commenting because then you played a song, like I said earlier, that every time I listen to it, I think of my mom and my sister. And so I had to just sit back in the bushes, but I was watching the whole stream. I hate to talk about the loss of a pet when people are losing parents, but that tore me the fuck apart. It was very traumatic and I'm still suffering flashbacks and legit take my breath away. Listen, Bliss, there are people that their pets are their animals. I mean, Jesus Lord. Their pets are their family. Sometimes I listen back and I say the dumbest shit. Like, And I don't catch it until after. I'm like, you said that stupid shit. That shit made no sense. Their pets are their families, right? So there's nothing wrong with you dealing with that loss because I was there. I know how hard and how hurt and traumatized you were when you lost your pup. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make it any less hard to deal with. It doesn't make the trauma, it doesn't make your grief any less. Um, Trust me, you know, our pets are our family. So I can't imagine that either. It was just kindness we shared, exactly. I can usually just block things out of my head and think about something else, but for a good 2 weeks, I couldn't. It was bliss. It was. I'm sorry. Oh, me too. I've never missed my fur kids so much. See, I know. There's so many people. Yeah, it takes a sick mofo to go after a person's deceased loved ones. It does. It takes a special kind of sick to go after somebody's deceased loved ones because again, some people have no boundaries and they're gonna aim for the lowest, right? They're gonna aim for the thing that's gonna hurt you the worst, and it makes no sense. I could never do that. I could never. I mean, I could, right? I have the ability to spit venom, but I couldn't live with myself. Especially, I couldn't. I couldn't. I I couldn't. There's no way I could be like, oh, your mom burning. That's insane to me. That's insane. I wouldn't wish. There's no way. There's no way. No matter what people have said to me. People have come for my deceased mother on YouTube, JJ's deceased father on YouTube, and we've never returned the favor. Never, and would never. May their mother rest in peace. Would never. Because I know the pain of losing people I love, and there's just no way I would wish that pain on anybody. Again, if I think you're an a-hole, if I think you're a B, then that's you. Why would I wish something on your deceased loved ones or on your children? What does that mean? Because you're a crappy person and I think you're a crappy person. What does it have to do with your parents that may be deceased or your beautiful children that have nothing to do with you being a crappy person? A lack of respect for boundaries is astounding and it's so commonplace on YouTube now. It's so commonplace. And people don't even have to take accountability for it. Oh, well, I did that because so and so. No, 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 no. You did that because you have no boundaries and because you just don't care. You just don't care. My late hub's best friend just passed yesterday, and I wrote on his obituary that my Chris would be there to give him a slap on the back and show him around. I will see him again someday, I reckon, but it still hurts. Of course it does, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that your husband's best friend just passed. Again, you have my condolences. And right, that gives you a little solace, right? Your hubby now has his best friend up there, so they can wreak havoc together. You know what I mean? And that kind of gives us solace. Like my mom is up there with my grandfather and with my uncle, her brother, because they passed in the same month. I lost my mom, and then her brother passed away. He passed away from COVID, and it kind of after my heartbreak, after I dealt with it a little more, I was able to say at least she has her brother there with her. They were very close in life. My one of my uncles is still alive. They were three peas in a pod, and at least she has one of them there with her, so she wasn't alone and he wasn't alone. So that does give me solace, and I hope it gives you solace too, Sweaty. I'm sorry, sometimes they are so much more than pets. They really are. They really are. That's why it's now supported that we have like this our animals can be our emotional support animals because they do, animals can help heal broken hearts and all kinds of stuff, help people with depression and anxiety and all these things. They are way more than just pets, way more than that. I hope Brendan who are still feeling the warmth. I think they are. I think they are because I'm still feeling it, you know? Yes, and then, yes, JR Boston sharing with you. Yes, yes. And I meant to put JR Boston as well. But thank you, thank you, Jules. Yes. It's so many people. That's what I'm saying. We focus on stupidity a lot of times, myself included. I focus on stupidity, right? But life is short. Life is short, you know? Yes, can you link the stream, somebody? I think that that would be a great one for anyone to see how it started. It almost started with drama, and then how it just shifted and became something so much more important. I'm not trying to put her on the spot. Sorry, Jules. No, no, sweaty. I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. Hey, Popcorn, how are you, sweetheart? So good to see you. Thank you, Jules. This is the stream if you guys want to go see it and you can see for yourself how powerful it was. It was powerful. You know, just to be warned, you may cry. You may cry because I cried. You may cry. And these are the important things that matter, right? Again, we could be petty, we could be shady, we could talk our ish, right? I talk my ish, trust me. But when it matters, will you be there? Are you there for people in your community? Are you somebody that they can count on when it matters? Or are you only in it for yourself? Is it always about you? Is it always self gratification? Because we can get so wrapped up in ourselves and what we're going through and what we're dealing with. Again, we don't know what people, our subscribers, our viewers are going through, and how much just a moment to focus on them and give them a kind word can change their whole day, their whole lives. We don't know what somebody's going through. We don't know what somebody's dealing with. And not everybody should have to come and make a channel so that they can express that. I felt nothing but love for everyone in there, honestly. I have learned that is enough to not have that icky lingering on my mind. And it wears on you. That negativity wears on you. It does. It wears me down. Fighting with people all the time wears me down. Sometimes there's things I have to address. I feel like I have to address it. I'm gonna address it. And I'm gonna be more forthcoming in addressing things on my channel. I've held my tongue so much for so long and filtered, right? And spoke vaguely about things. Oh, well, when people, I'm going to call you out by name now. Same way I get called out by name, and it's not tit for tat, but it bothers me not to just be straight up. I feel like a fraud when I'm not just straight up. Just say what you mean, Cindy. I tell myself that all the time after. Why did you just say what you meant? Why did you beat around the bush and played ring around the rosy for freaking 2 hours? And it's annoying. It annoys me about myself. And I'm going to speak. When I have something I feel like I need to address, I'm going to address it. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Somebody's calling me. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Certain phone calls a chick gotta take. Sorry. 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 But you know, when that certain somebody calls, you just gotta be like, shut it down for a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me for that. My mom's BFF posted a memory on Facebook that choked me up. They were gorgeous and trouble, it's hard not having females to ask, right? Aging questions is awkward going through the pause alone. And exactly, exactly. Like I I I don't have her here to ask her questions. There's so much I wanted to know about my family that I never asked her when she was here, and now it's too late. Everybody's doing this ancestry thing and all this stuff, and there's things I would have loved to have asked her, and I didn't get to ask her. And so those certain questions will never be answered. And that's why I try to tell my sons about things from my past so that they won't have, again, when it's my time. I'm not saying when my time is right because I don't know, but I want them to know who I was when I was younger and all this stuff. And so they won't have these gaping holes that I have with my mom. So it's very important, and it's sad you don't get to ask these questions. Thankfully, I still have my mom, my stepmom, can help me through this menopause thing. And I'm like, what the hell? Lord of mercy. You know what I mean? So I still have her to help me, but it's very difficult. Thank you, Teresa. Words have power. Oof. Stephen, words have power. Hi, Lady L. How are you? Wow, your picture's beautiful. Lord of mercy. You are very beautiful. And thank you for being here, Lady L. My bestie's birthday is February, and I'm still going to celebrate in usual fashion at the same place, but my daughter is going with me. Gnocchi, casserole, and fresh baked bread is in my future. That sounds good. I'm hungry too. I told hey, Mikey, hola. I told my son, I'm ordering food today. All my sons are, no one's here, it's just me. All of my sons went to work. Sorry if you can hear my dryer. Um, I was like, I'm not cooking. Nobody's home today. Like, what the hell? Tomorrow is the day all my sons are off. They're off like Monday through Wednesday. This is my last day alone. I'm ordering me some damn food and I'm gonna watch my damn I Survived and relax. That's it. I don't work tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna have some fun tomorrow. And Tuesday I'll be back to work. So I'm just gonna relax, you know? What did you say? Be careful, $2 gnocchi. Hi, my Vixie, my beautiful girl crush. Back at work today. Oh, I love you, mama. Don't work too hard, girl. Don't work too hard. Vixie sent me a picture because that's my friend. That's my friend. She beautiful. Oof, oof, girl. Girl, I was like, selfie queen where? Vixie's pictures are like, whoa, Lord of mercy. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Yes, yes, Teresa did find her brother too. She did. She did. Losing a pet is very hard. Miss Manda, what you doing, girl? What you doing, Miss Manda? Good morning, my beautiful sister. Hope everyone is having a great Sunday. Girl, I ain't you never to tell me you at the gym. You at the gym. Text me later. Yes, love you too. Yo, she goes to the gym every single day. Sin falta. Sin falta. She goes to the gym. She is not playing. She gonna be ready for this summer. Love you, sis. Text me later, mama. But she does not play. She does not freaking play. She goes to the gym every freaking day. I wish I had that kind of dedication or discipline. Like, I can't. I can't. I can't. I do my little walking every day, and I'm like, that's good enough. She be getting it in. So, my hubby had a custom poodle made of made of Peru artists. I cuddle her all the time. She's in her favorite coat. I'm going to spread their ashes once the snow stops. It was blizzarding, yeah, because she's in Canada. It's beautiful out here. I mean, it's been a little chilly, but it is like, hello, it's March. Sorry, you can hear the dog outside. But it was really warm, like 70 degrees, and now it's like, it's still not as cold as it could be for March, but it's kind of a little nippy. It's kind of a little nippy. Hey, Valerie Nelson, how are you, sweetheart? Um, Shade, I did not see JR's stream. We had an actual earthquake. What? And I thought something blew up my entire house. Your entire house shook. Oh my God, sweaty, an earthquake. Listen, Linda, I can't. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. I can't. That's why I don't want to go places where there's earthquakes and tornadoes. I can't. I'm terrified. Listen, I can't deal with that. New York, the sinkholes and stuff, but Florida has those sinkholes. You fall into a damn sinkhole. I truly struggle with March. I want everyone to bubble wrap themselves into, yes, Stephen, March is a hard month for Stephen. So we hoping it ends, and I'm hoping April ends too. Like, I'm sorry for all the April birthdays. April is one of the hardest months, and then August, my sister passed in August. But April is really difficult because my mom passed in April, and then her birthday was in April. So I have to deal with the day she passed, and then her birthday, 13 days later. So April is my least favorite month of the year. It really is. I just wish April would just, I'm hoping I blink and April is come and gone. I will celebrate my mom's life. But so I understand that, Stephen. Pretty bird, how are you, sweetheart? So good to see you. Yeah, that's frightening. I know, I'm glad she's okay too. I live in Michigan. We don't get earthquakes. That's crazy. So you don't even get earthquakes. That makes it worse. Because if you're in a place where you typically deal with earthquakes, you know, right? More or less what to do, stand in a doorway or something. If you don't get earthquakes, like, I wouldn't know what to do in an earthquake. I wouldn't know. I just know that little doorway thing because I've heard it around. I don't even know if that works. I wouldn't know what to do in an earthquake. Like, I wouldn't know what to do if there was a tsunami. I always think about that because I've seen movies. Again, I'm a big movie buff, guys, where they, like a tsunami hit New York, and I'm thinking, get to the highest building. I don't even know if that will work. I don't even know, but that terrifies me. Terrifies me. I'm terrible with things like that. So I'm glad that you're okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you're okay. That's terrifying. I listen to, I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. A rapper? Yes, JJ's poodles are her babies, just like my animals are my life. I love them so much. I don't even want to think about my princess because I still cry thinking about her. I still cry thinking about her. But Stormy is amazing. She's beautiful. She's so smart, and she's with me all the time. All the time. She's laying right there sleeping, right by my feet over there. So I think it helps when we think about the people our loved ones are reunited with. Yes, it gives a sense of peace and helps. Yes, that definitely helps. Knowing that my mom is up there with my grandma, because my mom, when her mom died, my grandmother died. That it messed my mom up forever. My mom was never the same after her mom died. She was never, my grandmother died very young. My grandmother died of a heart attack in her 50s. And my mom was never the same. And so that makes my heart the happiest that she got to see her mom again. Because I know for so many years, that ache, that pain, and now I know that pain. I could imagine that pain. Now I know firsthand that pain that she felt every day. And it's hard. I still don't try to think of my mom too often. And that makes me sad that I don't like to even think about my mom because then I want to cry. And right now I'm trying not to cry. But every time I think about her, I want to cry, you know? And that makes me sad that I don't think about her as often as I want to because every time I do, this happens. So guys, what I'm saying, it's been 3 years and I'm still not there. I'm still not there. Still can't even like think about her too long. So that's terrible and that's sad. But it is what it is. Uh, when I was 5, sorry, I was with another family. I ran up on the bridge. 2 teenage boys tossed me into the lake. I drowned. I saw the rainbow. Another teenage boy saw them throw me over and saved my life. What the actual hell, Wanda? What the actual hell? Thank God that somebody saved you. That's insanity. You're in Michigan too. Oh yeah, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. That happens as we get older. Our changing music, food, etc. tends to change some. Yep. I was a tiny bit scared to share my vulnerabilities, but once I started talking, I couldn't shut up. I'm glad I was there. And then I understand it's terrifying because, especially here online, right? People, everybody's watching and waiting for you to share a vulnerability so they can weaponize it. But I think it's more important when you have the support. You know what I mean? And people are gonna say what they're gonna say, and but I'm glad that you shared, and because it was therapeutic, right? You got it out. It's healing to get it out. It's healing. I lost my sister from an OD, and then my mom 2 months later from grieving. So your mom basically died of a broken heart. That's terrible, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Two losses in 2 months, right? A sibling and a parent. And that is a real thing. People do pass from broken hearts. They do. The stress, the strain that it puts on their heart and on their body is a real thing. Our brains, I say it all the time too, our brains are so powerful, it can manifest a physical reaction in our bodies. And I'm sorry for your loss, BB. Yes, a near death experience. Yes, that's what it sounds like, Valerie. Yep. Monday night, I live way down the bottom of the state. Yeah, that's crazy. I have a severe fear of being picked up. Yes, oh my God. I would be terrified too. Don't pick me up. Don't pick me up, right? Yes, that's terrible. That's freaking terrible. That's so sad. It makes me grateful for my sobriety so my family didn't have to endure losing. Exactly. Exactly. That was the last thing I would ever want. Is for my family to be called that I was found somewhere in an alley or in a gallery, a shooting gallery. That's what they used to call those places, right? Those apartments or those places or trap houses. Now, used to be called shooting gallery in the day. Now it's trap houses. That's what that is. I would never want that. You know what I mean? Your family gets that call, and that's something because they feel like they could have done something, and it's there's nothing we can do. When somebody's in addiction, they have to want to get themselves out of it, guys. So that's horrible, and I'm so sorry. Just a PSA: always focus on the road, no texting and driving. Definitely, definitely no distracted driving. Because of my near death experience, I became a past life regressionist. Oh my God! Wow, that's amazing, Valerie. That's pretty amazing and pretty interesting. I'm south of Flint. I had no idea. I have felt some previous quakes. Oh God, see, that's starting to scare me because there's so many natural disasters, things that are happening that never took place in places before. It's like this world is just getting crazy. I try not to think about it because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. My son is. He comes to me. I'm like, la la la, la, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. He's like, Mom, comets, and I'm like, I don't even know. I don't want to know. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I don't want to sit there waiting for it to happen. Like, just don't let me even see it coming. Ignorance is bliss with me. I don't want to even see it coming. I'm gonna be stressed for the last minutes of my life. No, don't even let me see it coming. He wants to know every freaking thing. I almost drowned in the ocean when I was 15. I have never been able to wear a watch since then. Won't keep time. Wow. Are you serious, Rabbit? That's freaky. See, you're starting to freak me out, man. But I'm glad that you are okay. That's scary. That's terrifying. I almost drowned in an amusement park, in Action Park. Never, ever, ever go to Action Park. I think they're even closing down those parks. That's like a water park. It's like one of the most dangerous. So many deaths have happened at Action Park. I almost drowned. Me and one of my sons almost drowned on the same day on two different rides. Never again. Never, ever, 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 ever again. And then I started having extreme migraines from that day for a whole week. I had to be hospitalized because when I almost drowned, I came out of the pool. My head was like whoom, whoom, and I suffered from migraines when I was 5 years old. But I guess because the blood rushed to my head so much, I had a terrible migraine, and for the trauma, because that's what the doctor told me, it was so traumatic for me that for a week in my sleep, I would have anxiety attacks, and it would cause the blood to rush so much to my head that I would wake up with a migraine, and that happened for 5 days. They had to put me on special medication, and yeah, so That's crazy. That's why I have to watch my blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure, but if I get high blood pressure, my migraines worsen. So I always know when I have a migraine, I have to check my blood pressure and that stuff because that's what happens too. I have no fear of death, just dudes picking my heavy, dense butt up. I had a boy pick me up dancing. We were drunk. He dropped me and broke my collarbone at 16. Oh no. Drinking cognac. Oh, hell no. Listen, Wanda, people picking you up is not a good thing for you. What the hell? They threw you in a lake. Dude dropped you, broke your collarbone. Now, I would understand that too. Don't pick my ass up. Don't pick my ass up. Excuse me. Pretty bird. It was 2.7 on the Richter scale, and I really thought a transformer exploded or something. My dog spent the rest of the night on my lap. Literally, they must have been really frightened too. And dogs are so intuitive to certain things like that, and they feed off of our energy too. You know what I mean? People on YouTube pick apart every word we say, looking for a gotcha moment. I just say what I mean, but I'm often not liked for that. JJ, man, you are not liked for your opinion, and you haven't done anything in my opinion. You haven't dug into anybody. JJ's never gone real life. She has opinions that people don't like a lot, but just for her having opinions, I don't think that that merits her being doxxed or people trying to have people make expose videos on her. Peekaboo, we see you trying to have people do videos on her or expose her whole life or her whole resume on YouTube. There's nothing to expose. She stands by her opinions. She says it in public. We know we don't have a cloak of invisibility. JJ says it publicly in chats, says it publicly on her panel, on minds. She knows she's saying it publicly. Sheesh. Many who go to the light and return have a life review and see none of their big accomplishments, but things as simple as a smile that had a domino effect. It's the little things. Oh my God, that's so oof. Oh, you just made my hair stand up because people think it's the big life events, but it's the little things. Like I said, like just Jules having that stream, right? Where she was talking about drama and then she switched it, just doing that, just switching the stream, right? Changing the conversation, geared a whole bunch, a ripple effect. Valerie, I believe that. I believe that there's a certain we have a certain path and a tiny little turn can cause another ripple effect. I forgot what it's called. There is a name for it. I'm not, right? I can't remember the term for it, but there is a term for that. One little change can cause a whole other change and change the whole, veer you off that course. I believe in that. I believe in fate. I do. So that just made my hair stand up. Oh my gosh. Uh, Ironically, I just hung up with my sister. She wanted my Nana's recipe for asparagus rolls. I am the only living person left that knows all the traditional recipes. Oh my God, you have to, Sweaty. You have to. You have to do that. If you're the only one left with that, God bless you. May you live to 200 years old. But you should, and even so that that's something to keep you busy. You work on a cookbook because I'm always hearing you talk about your recipes, amazing recipes. That's important. That's a legacy in itself. That's a legacy in itself. You're making steak. Listen, I don't know. I'm making sign. I already read this, right? That's how far I was. Oh my God. That's how far back I am. Jesus. I'm not sure if you saw my comment in Jules the other day, but my friends and I were discussing past life regressions while on vacation, and I thought of you. I don't know much. I think that, Valerie, that's so interesting, and I would love to know more. Words have power, but our thoughts have even more power. The documentary The Secret has a lot of truths to it. I think that is so interesting. Oh my God, I want to know more now. I want to know more. I honestly don't understand my rep on here, but I would rather laugh than fuss any day. And I think that's how it should be. I think that's how it should be. Bummer seems to be the thing to do. My house minus two are fighting it too. I hope they are all doing well soon. Yeah, I love you too. I love you too, my big C. Hoot! Oh my God. Hi, Hoot 3. Um, I wanted to give you my deepest and most heartfelt condolences, Hoot 3. This stream here was dedicated to you and to Brenda A. um, and JR Boston and so many others that are dealing with grief and loss. But I thought of you, and when I saw Just Jules do that stream, and then I had a subscriber say they would love for me to do a bereavement stream. I felt that I had to. So I want you to know that you've been in my thoughts and in my prayers. Honestly, you have. Honestly, you have. And thank you for being here. I didn't even know you were here. Seriously, you are in my prayers. They are amazing and fascinating. I love that, Valerie. I want to know more. I truly do want to know more. It's been 80s here. I know you in Florida. I couldn't. I couldn't. That's why I don't go to Florida in June, July, or August. I'm not trying. No, I won't be able to breathe. When I go to Florida, it's like October, November, like those kind of months. And it's still hot. Like it's still. I was at the beach. I can't imagine June, July, or August. It's hot enough here in New Jersey and New York. Florida, it's like the pits of hell. It's like the pits of hell. No, thank you. I don't know much about it. I would be interested. Yes, yes. I would love that. I would go anywhere. Anywhere that Valerie did a live on that or join the panel, I would definitely be there to listen. I think that's so interesting. I would love to know more about that. I'm telling you, I would. I really would. I really would. That sounds amazing to me, and she knows what she's talking about. I would love that. Hey, baby, how are you, my love? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Sorry, sorry. Hey, coffee loves my company. How are you, sweetie pie? Let me go back to my baby for a minute. Sorry, sorry, guys. Sorry, sorry. Let me chill. Let me chill. There are some great YouTube channels where you can watch them being done. It's a great subject to talk about and can bring so much peace. I often have loved ones come through, even pets. Wow. Well, Valerie, we need to know those channels. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I live most of my life by the secret. It's unreal how true it is. Oh, JJ, you're gonna have to let me know what that is, a link or something, so I can watch that. The arches and pains are ridiculous. I woke at 5 a.m. and found the door open an inch all night. I had thoughts towards the visiting adult child off to confession. Girl, stop! Don't start scaring me with that, man. Cause I don't want to know about no damn ghost or none of that crap. That scares me. Cause you can't fight a ghost. What you gonna do? How you gonna fight a ghost? Like you can't. No. Yes, right? You have any recommendations? I'm telling you. For me, I remember how good my husband was. He was truly an angel on earth. I try to be more like him to honor him, sorry. It hurts, but this is life. And coffee, I'm so sorry for the loss. I can't losing your partner in life. Like I can't imagine that. So I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. My siblings are all gone, my parents too, my grandson, and recently my daughter. I'm all that's left. Hoot 3, I'm so, so sorry. I am genuinely so sorry. And that's why I kept thinking of you. And I don't know what it is to lose a child. Like I shared, I've had a miscarriage, but never a child that I birthed. Um, so I don't know what that is. But my heart breaks for you. It does. And I hope that you're not going through this and you're all by yourself. I don't know if there's a way. I have an email, Hoot3, and again, I'm not trying to impose into your life, but if you would like, you can email me. It's just selfiequeencindy@gmail.com, and I can get you my number that way, and just so you can have my number. If you ever need it, you can call me or text me anytime. Um, so you don't have to be alone. You don't have to go through it alone. And I know maybe you have friends you want to talk to just in case, you know? Crying isn't a bad thing either. Sometimes a good cry actually helps more than you know. Yeah, it does. It does help. It does help. So I don't know anything about it, but it sounds interesting. Yeah, I know. It sounds very interesting. My mom was perfectly healthy, got the C vaccine, and it caused complete platelet failure, and she was savagely taken in just 6 weeks. Wow. Sometimes those our bodies aren't equipped to deal with it. You know what I mean? And I'm so sorry. I lost my sister and my mom 3 days later. 3 days later, 10 years ago. Oh my God. So 3 days apart. See, this is what I'm saying. We never know what people have dealt with, are dealing with, have gone through. We never know, right? You would never know unless they share it. And this is why these spaces are important, to have these opportunities, these moments where people can share and let it out and release it, and then it becomes a place so other people feel comfortable to share their grief, their trauma. And it does, for me, I believe that you have to feel, you have to go through these feelings to heal, but also having a place of support is extremely important. You don't want to share something and shut down. Like you share something and people are like, okay, okay, girl, but we weren't really talking about that. I can't even imagine ever saying that to somebody. Like, that's disgusting. But I've seen that. I've seen that where somebody's sharing something traumatic and people just shut them down. Like, that's craziness. That's craziness. Because again, what Valerie's talking about, the little moments, the little things, right? That causes a ripple effect too. And this person, that may have been their last chance or their last straw, and you shut them down, and that may lead them down a path of destruction. Again, we're all responsible for our own mental health, all of that good stuff. Yes, I know that. But again, it's the ripples, the waves. So we have to be very aware of that, very conscious of that. Alba Weinman is the best, although you have to go back about 5 years because she's focused more on healing now. I was taught Dolores Canyons. You seem to have a lot of knowledge. I really want to. I'm going to look into that. I swear I'm going to look into it. I have a lower platelet count as it is, no vaccine for me. And a lot of people said no. Where jobs were trying to force people, you had to get vaccinated to keep your job. In New York, that was the thing. So it's kind of scary. My best friend died in a trap house alone. She was with people, but they left her to die because they didn't want to call the police because of fear they'd get in trouble. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. And I think that's why it's important to have those laws that if you call, no questions asked. That will save so many lives, right? If you could just call, no questions asked, we're not going to search you. We don't care. It's about preserving life at that moment, not making a bust for a drug bust. Like, it's more important to save lives. I understand drugs kill people, all that. I'm not trying to start a debate with that. But in the moment, what's more important, right? Somebody getting arrested for a bag or saving somebody's life. So here in Michigan, it's basically tornadoes or blizzards. Is that Michigan? I don't know. Listen, ain't that smart? And it's not because I didn't go to college. It's just, okay? I didn't pay attention in school that much when I should have been paying attention. I was with a bunch of girls. It was a girl school. We were boy crazy. That's what we were focused on. My teacher was teaching us history and geography, and we were like, boys, 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 put lipstick on because the boys are coming after school. Dumbass. I should have paid more damn attention. You found her channel? Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to have to go look too. I want to know. I'm so sorry. I know it's just words, and words can never take away the pain, but I am praying for you. Coffee, and that means a lot. Just knowing that people are praying for you, they're supporting you, that means a lot, you know? Yeah, Hoot 3, you definitely are in our thoughts. Before that happened to my mom, I didn't realize that it was even a thing. None for me ever again, but it was required for her to go on a cruise she was going on. Oh, see, she had to take it for a cruise. That's terrifying. They should be charged. They should. They should. They definitely should. I wasn't ignoring you all. I'm just in the kitchen. I know, Mama. She's usually in the kitchen. She's usually in the kitchen. So they should be charged. Exactly. I'm very sorry to everyone who's lost a friend, family, or animal. Thank you, Teresa. Hey, Chronic Space. How are you, my girl? That's my worst fear. My loved ones have been blessed so far, but I see the story repeated so often. Yes, it is. Are you still in here? Apparently, Daisy is doing well in rehab and was helped by Corey Feldman and Jennifer Jimenez from Celebrity Rehab. Oh, that's awesome. I used to love me some Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. I love him from Lost Boys. That is my shirt. I love vampire movies, zombie movies. So Corey Haim had pictures of him all over my damn living room. Hi, Christina. How are you, beautiful girl? You haven't met all the people yet who are going to love you. Yes, keep being strong. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Bree Bree, how are you? I hope everyone is having a nice Sunday. Didn't know you were live. I know, like Wildflower. When I was in her live, people are not getting notifications. I don't know, right? YouTube's like Cindy, F Cindy. Like, girl, nobody want to see you anyway. So, Butterfly Effect, great movie. Yes, that's another one, Bliss. That's a great one. We have free will. I choose to never be mean. I am sarcastic in my sense of humor, but I will never comment on someone's looks, weight, etc. I do have a sarcastic sense of humor. I say some crap, but I don't talk about people's weight, people's looks, none of that. Because I feel like if you're a crappy person, what you look like has nothing to do with that, right? If you're ugly on the inside, you could be the most beautiful person on the outside, but you could be horrible on the inside. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. It's too easy. It's too easy to go to that, right? Oh, you're built like a it's so easy. And then I can't be mad when somebody does it back to me because if that's my go-to every single time, you know what I mean? Expect that same energy. I just don't. Even when people have come from my looks, I don't do it back because I'm not here trying to please anyone. Like, I'm very happy in my life. Trust me. You know what I mean? I get no complaints. So my man is very happy. So that makes me happy. Hey, Jen and Barrett, how are you, sweetie? May need to catch replay. Grief is something I'm in the middle of. So I very much want to hear this. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Jen and Barrett. It's cold in Massachusetts. I know it's cold here too in New Jersey. New Jersey. My son has a big thick coat, right? And his coat is really really like cuz it's like down feathers and it's really really warm. So he wore my coat cuz it's warm but it's not as warm. It's like, "Dad, taking my coat." I wasn't going anywhere anyway. I typed that twice about my sarcastic sense of humor. I do hope it never offends. No, Coffee, you're amazing. I've never seen you say anything that I'd be like, oh my God, you're the worst of the worst. Listen, people have the right to their opinions, whether we agree with it or not. You won't see me posting people or calling people out because they have an opinion, even if they say, oh, I don't like selfie, right? Selfie's boring or whatever things people may think about me. I'll call out people when they're trying to addict shame me or use my past addiction against me as if that's part of my personality or as if that's a personality flaw. Me having once been an addict isn't a personality flaw. That was an aspect of my life that wasn't my personality. It isn't my personality, right? I don't come with a name tag, recovering addict. That's not the first thing you see. That's not the first thing I tell people about me. It was a part of my story here online because I felt like that was an important part of myself to share with the internet because I wanted people in recovery, people in active addiction to know that they're not alone. You're not an anomaly. You shouldn't be treated as garbage because you're in active addiction. You shouldn't be treated as less than because you were once an addict. That's why I shared that. I didn't have to come here and share that online, but that is what I wanted my channel to encompass: my addiction, my past addiction, my recovery, and things that I've learned about myself that I think other people can benefit from. But it's not my personality. It isn't. This is the first place I've been able to talk about my sister in years. Oh, Sunshine State of Mind. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. And this is why I think these grief and bereavement streams are so important, guys. I try to do one every year, and I need to do it every 6 months because grief is an ongoing process. You never stop grieving. You never stop grieving. People have lost people 20 years ago, and it doesn't make the hurt any less. You just learn how to live every day with that grief, with that pain, with that loss. I've run across people that somebody will say, oh, I lost my mom too. Oh, really? When? Oh, 20 years ago. And they look at them like, okay, you should be over it. So disrespectful. You never get over loss. You learn how to deal with it the best way you can, but you never get over it. That trauma stays with you, that loss, that pain, that void stays with you for life. And so I always respect and appreciate people that can share that here, you know? And thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, I'm always shade, always, always. I'm always like so far behind in the comments. You guys have moved on to something else, and I'm coming bringing it back to. I'm a whole ass mess. Past life reviews are judged by no one but ourselves. We will actually feel the exact pain we caused others and how they felt, but also the good. Exactly. I have seen my 6-year-old grandson that passed here in my house. I was not even scared because it's your grandbaby, right? It's your grandbaby. I wouldn't be afraid either. Sometimes, like certain things I felt like my mom, it was weird. Like certain things when my mom passed, certain things would happen and I felt like it was my mom, like just letting me know, hey, it's okay, I'm still with you. I didn't feel scared in that moment. You know what I mean? And I think that the certain energy, like especially your grandbaby, there was a certain kind of energy around that put you at ease. You know, there's energy, there's dark energy. I believe in energy. And even in my dreams, like when I see shadows, I can feel the energy that it's a menacing energy. And then other shadows that I don't feel that sense of dread from. I don't know. It's I hope I'm making sense of what I'm saying. But there's certain energies that give off that I can feel, and then it makes me afraid or it makes me feel at ease. So I think it's that kind of thing too. That is a good movie. It was hard to follow the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it, I understood it better. Sometimes you have to watch movies a few times and then you'll see things that you missed or you'll understand it better. That makes sense. Since someone brought up dying and coming back, that happened to me as a small child at my dad's company picnic. I just remember sitting at the bottom of the pool and a bright circle of light coming up. Oh my goodness. It was the second part. All of your beloved souls are safe and together. You will see them again, but I am sorry for the pain of so many losses. Thank you, Valerie. That's very, very sweet. Hi, Flickering Candle. How are you, beautiful? Hi, my catty, my chula. How are you? You said it right, Selfie. One could think that it's not an uplifting topic. However, an area to release our negative thoughts in a healthy can provide a positive outcome, if that makes sense. That does make sense. That does make sense. Because all of this stuff, like people can feel like it's a morbid topic, but it's a healing topic. It's a necessary topic. It's necessary. It's uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable talking about loss and grief and heartache and pain and all these things, but it brings people together. It makes people realize they're not alone. They're not weird. They're not abnormal for feeling these things, for having days where they don't feel okay. And you shouldn't be made to feel bad because you feel have days where you don't feel okay, and it brings people together. So in our grief, in our feeling down, in our feeling lonely, in our feeling pain, we can be reminded that we're not alone, that in our pain, we are loved. So, and I think that's the important thing. I used to run bereavement groups when I worked as a drug counselor that I'm not, right? So funny. But just like JJ runs an MLM, I'm not certified, all of that. So when I worked my imaginary job, doing drug counseling and all that. I used to run an imaginary group, bereavement group, and it helped so many, and it helped me. And it helped me because that was before my mom passed, before my sister passed. And then when my sister passed, I was still running the bereavement group, and it helped me so much to deal with the grief because I had facilitated these groups and heard people's grief and all this stuff. And when I went through my own grief, I was able to identify certain feelings, and realize, okay, what I'm feeling right now isn't abnormal. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, to feel angry, to be mad at God, because I was mad at God. It's okay. These are normal feelings, you know? So I'm in Michigan, and the tornadoes that I've experienced weren't as bad, fortunately enough for me. Yeah, thank God. Hey, Ghostface, how are you, beautiful girl? Um, or second to me, since then I get feelings ahead of times when family members are going to die. My grandparents, my parents, and my husband before he even got sick. I rubbed his pillow and said to myself, oh my goodness, what will I do next day? He had emergency surgery. I really don't like this gift. And it's uncomfortable to have that gift, right? Can't give it back though. So you got to learn to roll with it and find a way to come to peace with it, to make peace with the fact that unfortunately you know ahead of time. That is a gift. Some people could see it as a curse, but since you use the word gift, I think that you're actually coming to terms with it. Because you could have used curse, right? You could have used the word curse, but you didn't. You used gift. So I know you don't like it, but I think you're coming to terms with it. So, and it takes time. Everything takes time, coffee. Everything takes time. Trust me. You know, I am somewhat like you. There were seven of us, and now just me and my brother. They all went left before they should have to cancer. I'm so sorry, Valerie. I'm so sorry that you lost your siblings. I have many siblings. I have nine brothers. I had two sisters. I only have one sister. Um, and I dread the thought. I dread the thought. You know, I dread the thought. I never get your premieres. You never do. See, I'm telling you, I don't know. Hey, Amanda, how are you, sweetheart? I'm out and about, but wanted to send love to anyone that needs a little extra today. Thank you, sweetheart. Enjoy your day. Who my beliefs have helped me so much. I was able to hold my sister's hand and cross them over in peace. It's like walking into another room. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to look at it, right? That's a beautiful way to look at it. Here in Michigan, where I am, we had a day in February that was 70 degrees, and now yesterday and today it was like 3 inches of snow. Listen, don't bring no snow. Don't bring no damn snow to New Jersey. I'm not trying to deal with no snow. I could deal with the little cold weather, but I'm not trying to deal with no snow. And hey, what the hell is going on with this hair? I look like I have a mullet. Sorry, guys. I get distracted. I get this, but I'm looking at the comment, and as I look at the comment on my screen, I see myself, and this shit looks. I look like Joe Dirt. I look like I have a mullet. Like, what is happening? What is what is happening? Where's this mullet coming from? What the hell, Sophie? Where you get? Look, what is? I got a, I got a mullet. Where did I get this mullet? Yo, I got a. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It just caught me off guard. It was like, oh my God. Lord of mercy. Jesus. Oh my God, I cannot. Ay, ay, ay. Silver Linings Playbook could have been written about my life in a lot of ways if Yuns had seen it, right? Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, death is part of life. This is definitely necessary to have places we can go to talk about it. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. I tried to kid myself thinking, knowing what I know, that my grief would be less. Not, it's something we as humans must go through. Exactly. We have to. We have to go through it. My besties had two grandkids born in her absence. Oh. And I asked her daughter, how do you always look so happy and glowing? And she said, because my mom would never want me to be sad, so I smiled to honor her. Exactly. My mom wouldn't want me to be sad, and I'm trying. I try, but it's hard. I have a picture on the my island of my mom and my sister and my aunt, and I keep it there because I want to be able to see her face. It's hard for me to look at a lot of pictures, but I have her picture there. My sons see her face every day, and it's so I'm learning to deal with it. I couldn't have that picture around before, and I keep it there every time I'm in my kitchen. I see my mom, so I'm learning because I have to work through it. I don't want to live my whole life where I can't look at a picture of my mother. I can't talk about her. She wouldn't want that. Releasing is better than suppressing. It took me too long to learn that, but I got that figured out now. That's right. I just recently had a tornado hit just a half mile. Oh my God, pretty bird, please be careful. Please stay safe. Yes. I believe that's why mental health is in crisis since the internet was born. Yes, we need human touch and contact. Yes, we need human interaction. Definitely, definitely. They did a study I've shared before. They did a study with 5 orphans, and they were warm, they were kept clean, they were kept fed, but they had no human interaction. No, they were not held, they were not shown any affection, and they all perished. They all perished, and they were fine. They were in great, they were clean, they were taken care of. All their physical needs were met, but their emotional needs, they were neglected in every sense of the word, and they all passed away. You need that. You need that. So that is very true, Valerie. You need that. My family member passed a few weeks ago, and I just wanted them to visit me in my dreams. I get a bit obsessive wanting it so badly. I just had to let it go. And I think that when you stop trying to manifest it, it'll happen on its own, Ghostface. I think it'll happen because subconsciously you're wanting it so much that you're actually causing the reverse. You're causing the reverse subconsciously. Just let it go, and I think that they will visit you in your dreams. Yeah, because me it was the opposite. I didn't want to dream about them, and I dreamt about my mom a lot, a lot. She visited me a lot in my dreams when she first passed away. So I think it's because I didn't want to think about it. So I think it has the reversed effect on us a lot. It does. You're in severe grief. In the first year, I was in shock. I was also shocked how many people wanted her stuff. Girl, who you telling? I was shocked. Also, details my mom died by suicide. We didn't find her for a week. I'm so sorry, Wanda. I'm so sorry. I shared this. I don't know if it was a regular live or members only. I think it was a members only. That death brings out the best or the worst in people. It brings out the generosity, brings out the kindness, or it brings out the greed, the evil in people, sadly. And it's at the worst possible time that you see the real in people. And that's sad. That's heartbreaking, actually. Business in the front and party in the back. Girl, like Joe Dirt. Thank you, Ghostface. Right? At least rock the damn mullet. At least rock the damn mullet. My daughter straightened my hair and I look like Lord Farquaad. I love me some Lord Farquaad. His little ass. That is funny. I'm telling you, I was sitting here and I'm like, girl, what is going on? It really looked like a mullet. I'm like, what the hell? What is happening? These layers were not looking cute for a second. A friend said, Wanda, you need to remember those good times. That's how she would want to be remembered. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly how she would want to be remembered. The Five Stages of Grief. Oh, yes. By Elizabeth Rubler Ross is a great read. She interviewed and studied for years. Yes. The next time I talk about that, we're going to go through the 5 stages of grief. I think I've done it before in my other bereavement. We talked about the 5 stages of grief, right? I know it was anger, it's denial. I can't remember offhand the five, but I did talk about them before, and they're very important. And we may not go through them in order. We may stay longer in one stage. We may go through to another stage and then come back to a previous stage. Yeah. So we may not get through all the stages either of grief. So I think, thank you for that, Valerie, because the next time I do it, I'm going to go through the 5 stages of grief again. I should have gone through it at this time, but I've been here a long time, and I think it's very important, and it's true. We go through those stages. Oh Lord, that's how it was with my dad. He had been gone for 3 days. I had been in the hospital and sent my son to check on him. My son had guilt, as he said. He checked. but he did not. Thank God. Thank God, Sweaty, right? Oof. Because then your son would have had that trauma for life. It's bad enough that he had the guilt, especially when you found out and you had to go through that. That would have just been trauma on top of trauma. And as a mom, you're like, you went through that trauma. You prefer you to go through that trauma than your son. I get it. Yeah, I'm so sorry too. My deepest condolences for the most unique loss to go through. My best friend also took his life in 2021. I still struggle today with all that goes with that type of loss. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Jen and Barrett. That's horrible because you're like, what could you have done different? Even though there's nothing, guys, there's nothing you could have done, okay? So I want to make that clear. But I understand that you go through that, right? And that in itself is horrible. On top of dealing with the loss of a loved one, you go through that too. The what ifs, the coulda, woulda, shouldas, coulda, woulda, shouldas are horrible because that'll stay with you for years. I wish I could have done this. If I would have done this, and you can't do that to yourselves. Yeah, my mom left her door unlocked. My husband went in and touched her. She was cold. Hilariously, I found four vibrators. Mom, what the hell? Listen, mom had needs. Mom had needs, Wanda. You know what I mean? The butterfly effect, I believe, is what the ripples are called. Yes. Yes, sweaty. Thank you. Have you looked for other signs like electric things, lights coming on and off, or going off by themselves, a shadow in the corner of your eye? I've only had a couple of dreams. Yep. I see a lot of signs. I see a lot of signs. And how to become okay with seeing the greedy side of the relatives. When she was alive, her stuff was junk. She crossed and her stuff became assets. Yep. Yep. That's true. It's crazy. It's crazy. Or what did they leave me? Like, listen, man. The first year of my brother's passing, I too dreamed of my brother a lot. It was mostly of him coming back to life. Like he was just gone for a while, and I would ask him why he left me. I'm so sorry, Teresa. I'm so sorry. I was cleaning my drawer yesterday and found my sister's makeup bag with her brush and hair in it and smelled like her had a good cry. It's been 2 years. I'm so sorry, Valerie. And I didn't get anything of my mom's when she passed away. And I wish I had. I wish I had gotten like a nightgown or sweater because my mom had a very distinctive smell too. So that makes me sad, and that my sister had to clean out my mom's apartment by herself. Just so much regret, you know? Oh, thank you, Hoot 3. Thank you. Right? I just got make peace with the mullet. Make peace with the mullet. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Thank you, Sweaty. Yes. Those are the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Denial, you don't want to accept it, right? You're like, no, that, right? That didn't happen. No, no, no. And then anger, you're like me. At first, I didn't. So when I found out my mom passed, I was told through a text message, okay, 3 o'clock in the morning. For 4 hours, I was in denial. I kept calling my mom's phone. Of course, there was no answer. I kept trying to reach family members. Nobody answered. I was saying they're playing a trick on me. I kept telling myself they're playing this cruel, cruel joke on me. For 4 hours, I was in denial. Then I went into anger, mad at God, mad at my family, why they weren't answering me for 4 hours. Then bargaining, just give me my mom back, right? Just give me my mom back. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Make this untrue. Just give me my mom back. All of this stuff, even though that's not logical, right? Um, then I was depressed. I felt guilt. I felt guilt for a long time because I wasn't there. She had texted me right before she passed. I didn't answer her. And then now I'm still in accepting, still learning to accept it. It's still hard for me to accept it. I'm still not able to look at pictures. I'm still not able to talk about her like in detail for a long time. So thank you for that, Sweaty. Thank you for that. I was once told that it takes time to be able to do things after you cross, like newborns trying to control their limbs. Really? So you have to acclimate back to, right? Like, mm. Yes, it would have destroyed my son to find his papa like that. But to this day, a fly buzzing will make me freak out. It was truly gruesome. I can't even imagine, sweaty. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. And I think, like you said, and go back to therapy, I think it's important. I think that because that trauma is lifelong. And then the way you discovered your dad and all of that other stuff, the details, right? Like you said, the gruesome details. I can't even imagine. I get feathers from my loved ones where feathers shouldn't be. I have a feather jar. Sometimes signs are all around where we just not paying. Yes, yes. And I pay close attention to signs now. I used to say that in things like I didn't pay attention to my gut and I would always get in bad situations, but there was always signs like, Cindy, don't go there. Cindy, you get your instinct tells you, okay, when you're going to go somewhere, you get an instinct. And it's like, something tells you, don't go there, go home. And every time I ignored that instinct, I got myself in a bad situation and got itself something bad happened to me. So I pay attention now. I pay attention to signs. I pay attention to my instinct, my gut, right? Your little Jiminy Cricket, all of that. I pay attention to those things. I think Elizabeth invented the 5 stages. Oh, wow. Okay. The nursing home called me and said we should hurry and come because my mom was about to pass. We didn't make it. She was still warm. Used to really sadden me, but I think it was my mom's way of not wanting us to see her pass. Yeah, and I'm so sorry, Bliss. I'm so sorry. I know you lost your mom too. I'm so sorry. I'm learning nothing can tear a family apart like a death, especially when money is involved. It's so sad our loved one would be so disappointed. I know, Ghostface. Trust me. Trust me. I shared that in my members only about the greed when family passes, and that's one of the worst parts that you see so much about family members, right? Loved ones at a time when everybody should be coming together and it should bring all the love and goodness. And like I said, it brings out the real in people, it brings the real to the surface. The greed that didn't belong to you. This person that passed, that was their money. Like I get into that, and that gets me angry to a new level because that's craziness. I can't even imagine somebody I love passing and me being like, well, can I get this? Can I get their rings? Can I get their what? What? Mm-mm. No way. I ask for signs but don't see anything. I never got a chance to even say goodbye to my auntie, who was more of a mom to me than the evil I know than your mom. I get it. Well, and sometimes, like I said, you ask and when you're looking for stuff, you won't see it, you won't get it. When you're not expecting it is when it'll happen. And that's how I see it, because that's how it happens for me, you know? And just pay attention through a text. Yeah. Yeah, through a text. Yep. Mommy's dead. That was the text I got. Mommy's dead. So I thought it was a cruel joke. It had to be, right? You're gonna send me a text? 2 words, mommy's dead? Nothing else. Nothing else. Just that. Yep. It depends on the person. My husband would have known that cream would be nice, but heartbreaking for me to wake up from. That dream, right? I really don't understand it either. A week after my best friend passed, another friend of his was riding the train in Belgium, and an empty envelope was in the seat beside her. His name, Peter, written on the front. Of all the names to find, I'm telling you, there are signs all around us. Dream, I got it, sorry. Of all, there's signs all around us, little things to comfort us. First, it's off-putting, right? You're like freaked out, but then it comforts you. You know what I mean? Okay, I lost the plug for a speedboat. My hubs was livid. I run into my art room and said, Mom, find the plug. A container popped into my head. I found the plug. I was, thank you, Mom. Woohoo, we partied. Oh my God, that is amazing, Wanda. That is amazing. Like, mom, where is it? Right? Oh my God, that's amazing. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I have experienced that kind of stuff. I still haven't studied it. I'm not expressing myself very well right now. Stephen, you're fine, mama. Hi, little shoe. How are you, sweetie? Also, when I was young, my dad would yell at me. In my head, he was kayed by a drunk driver when I was 18 months old. I have his teeth and smile. I just went through pictures, all one. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's why I tell my sons, don't drink and drive, guys. Get an Uber. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it. So many people have lost people. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was horrible. Maybe that's why he for sure wouldn't want to hurt or scare you. Maybe it's right. It'll be balloons. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. Two words. Two words. Yep. She had passed 3 months before I found out. Told by a stranger in the street. I'm so sorry, Welsh. I am so sorry. My first granddaughter was a stillborn. My son in law has never been the same. It's been 9 years already and he still can't see her things. Oh, Caddy, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, chula bendito. You don't get over things like that, right? And again, that's what I'm saying. People grieve different. People grieve different. I never knew my father's side of the family until I was 18. My mom hid me. She was afraid they would steal me. Oh my goodness. Your mom was so afraid. Oh, love you, Wanda. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys. This life has helped me more than you know. This life has helped me more than you know, guys. Like, we're all dealing with grief in some form or fashion, right? And we never get over it. Losing someone, we've all lost someone, right? All of us have lost someone. No matter what age you are, we've all lost someone. And I thank you guys. I thank you guys because doing this stream helps me as much as it does you guys. Like, it really does. You have to be open for the signs. I didn't realize it until my soulmate's dog died. Now I see the signs all the time. They're still with us. Exactly. Exactly, Lelusha. You have to be open for it. This is such a great topic and such a comforting chat. I wish I could give you all hugs. Oh, thank you, Ghostface. Virtual hugs. Hi, Sunstar. Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me the suggestion. This is the subscriber who said, I'll be there at your next grief stream. And so they made me want to do this because I was thinking about Hoot 3 and Brenda A, who had lost children soon. And when Sunstar brought it up to me, I was like, it's perfect. It's perfect to do. It's a perfect time. So thank you. Thank you for that. I hope you get a sign hearing a song she loved, seeing her smile on a stranger's face that you meet, anything to bring you comfort. I agree. I agree. I agree. And you just have to be open for the signs. Don't look for it everywhere, right? Because then everything will be, but just be open for it. Have your energy, your mind, your heart open for it. And you'll see it. And you'll know because it'll like give you this comfort. You'll know. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I mean, I know it was a heavy topic. I understand that. Um, but it is important. It's important, in my opinion. My brother was the first person that my son lost. He was more like a dad to him than an uncle. He also was there when I found him and he did chest compressions on him. He was already gone though. Yeah, and that has brought her son are very close, but that is a trauma that they both share. They loved him, like he helped her raise her son. And that makes me sad that you guys share in that grief and that trauma of being there when he was found. That's something you never want your children to have to experience. And I'm so sorry, Teresa, for that. It's so important for my healing to look for the signs of those who have passed, they are still with us. I believe that they are still with us. And they give us signs all the time. They give us signs all the time. I believe that too. You really do have a beautiful soul. I'm glad I found you. Oh, thank you, Jen and Barrett. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like I said, I come and I talk my ish, but I want to do the important things like this. Who three, thank you. And again, you are in my prayers. You are in my prayers, who three, seriously. And in my thoughts and everything. And you have my deepest condolences. You do. So I thank you guys for being here. You know, I found him and screamed for my son. My son was 18. No, I know. And at that moment, you didn't know what to do. You were out of your mind at that moment, right? You didn't know what to do at that moment. You know what I mean? And what he was gonna know anyway, Teresa. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. And again, I'm sorry that you lost your brother and that found him and all of that. I'm genuinely sorry. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Um, I don't work tomorrow, but I'm going out tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But I will be doing a members only tomorrow. Again, that's not me trying to grift for new members. That's just to tell my members that I'll be doing the members only. I'm doing one once a week at least now. I've been doing them. And I'll be back during I think Wednesday to do a regular live, chit chat with you guys. Um, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I genuinely, genuinely thank you all for being here. It meant a lot for people to be here on a grief and bereavement stream, right? Not a drama stream. You guys are amazing for even being here. And the people in the bushes, I appreciate you guys for being here and listening. Um, and genuinely, you guys, you know, yes, yes, I found my glasses. I said it last time. I was like, oh my God, I found my glasses. I did. I found them. They were in the sofa, Jen and Barrett. I did. I found them. So, yes, yes. Thank you. Hugs to you all who are grieving. Yes, hugs to you all. Yes, thank you all for being here and for comforting each other, sharing your stories. That takes a lot. And that means a lot to me for you guys being vulnerable and sharing your stories and opening up. And it's healing, guys. It's therapeutic to share. And I hope you guys find comfort in that. And I hope it helped a little bit, guys. I appreciate you guys. Seriously. If you're not with your loved one when they cross over, you were not meant to be. So please don't feel guilt. Everything is divinely planned out. No coincidence, just free will. Thank you. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you so much. Oh, it's okay, Barbie. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a blessed day. Thank you all for being here. My heart is full. My heart is full, guys. Seriously. It happens the way it's supposed to happen. Exactly. Yes, hugs to you, abrazos. Y como siempre, te quiero mucho, mi amores. I love you guys. Thank you. Talk to you guys soon.